welcome to Homeopathic Medicinal World. After a long time, we meet in this. Today's video lecture upon all about of homeopathy. We know nowadays the medical science of homeopathy settle on the tongue of urban and some rural areas. Many patients take homeopathic medicine from near a clinic, but they don't know about scientific construction of homeopathy. So that today I will give you a brief knowledge about homeopathic medicine and science and how they work. So, let's begin. The first, what is homeopathy? It is medical art and science which based on nature's law of cure and rules with similar similibus curature. Now, history of homeopathy. The founder of homeopathic medical system is great philosopher Dr. Christian Frederick Samuel Hahnemann. He discovered the homeopathy on basis of the sentence that is like cure like or similar similibus curature. This sentence was already given by father of medical science Hippocrates. He gives both type of medical treatment opposite and similar, but the opposite treatment has quick effectiveness so that was prevailed but similar not. Hahnemann takes the work on similar type. After he show a sentence that Cinchona cures the typhoid due to its bitterness, then philosophical and idealistic mind of our master work upon it and he prove it on his body and he show that Cinchona produce typhoid like symptom on his healthy body. So after on the inductive logic he discovered the new medical system for the betterment of community, the homeopathy. The fundamental laws, law of similia, law of simplex, law of minimum, doctrine of drug proving, doctrine of drug dynamization, theory of chronic disease, theory of vital force. The first one, law of similia, similar suffering, which crude medicinal substance produce symptom in healthy body. They cures that type of symptoms. Law of simplex, single medicine. Only a dose is capable to cure any sick person, not the polypharmacy. Law of minimum dose, because increasing and higher dose than susceptibility of patient cause ill effects. Doctrine of drug dynamization. Quantity reduction and quality is increased. Many crude substances having a poisonous effect, so the potentization of drug is essential and it result in nil side effect of medicine and higher the curability. Doctrine of drug proving on healthy human being because without proving not have perfect knowledge about drug and we give medicine to person not animal so we always prove drug on healthy human not on animal. Theory of chronic disease. In starting phase of homeopathy the homeopathic medicine are less in number and so practitioner gives in acute cases but after some time condition will return. So master one more time goes in logical thinking and after 12 years he gives the idea of chronic miasm. Miasm is that which produces the disease in healthy being and which causes the chronic disease. Theory of vital force. Homeopathy believes in the energy, not the material substances. Our body is functioning because that dominated and work under some other invisible energy which not visible or identified by naked eye but it feels by human body. The vital force is the energy which control our body for work harmoniously. Now, homeopathic cure or how homeopathic cure takes place or modus operandi of homeopathic cure. We give the medicine minimum to the patient but slightly in higher dose than the disease force and by nerve root. So the medicine acts quickly as it is possible and overcome the disease force. Then, as the nature's law, stronger always extinguish the weaker. The higher medicinal force extinguish the weaker disease force and settle. In account of slightly higher dose, patient symptoms slightly increase than previous, but he feels better in spite of increasing symptoms. It's called homeopathic aggravation. Then, due to smaller dose, medicinal force gradually decreasing in manner, and when it weaker than vital force, the nature's law one more time in act, and vital force extinguish the weaker medicinal force, and human body now free from both disease force and medicinal force, and be healthy. So in last, the secondary curative action is to be seen, and it only seen in homeopathic cure. The next one is how man falls ill. The first one is the dietary and hygienic errors which prevails in human body day-to-day life. If we maintain and regulates in high level, we can't get any sickness. And if we get sickness like abdominal discomfort, slight vomiting and nausea, headache and coraza from cold, sleeplessness from overnight working, suddenly, so only the dietary, hygienic and environmental changes are suitable for recover in health, not the indication of any type of medicinal substance administration. It's called indisposition. The next is miasm, which I was already said in the theory of chronic disease. There are three type of miasmatic force. Firstly, I clear the doubt why miasm prevails, why any substantia material can't cause disease. Any and the answer is that our vital force which animates our body in dynamic in nature. Sorry, and the answer is that our vital force which animates our body is dynamic in nature which invisible. So if it derange, the derangement is only possible if causative agent is in dynamic nature. Master identified the three type of miasm which deranges the vital operation, and that's sora, psychosis, and syphilis. Our master says that when any material causative substance enter in our body, the body reacts against it by susceptibility. If the patient's susceptibility is in normal state, he don't have any sickness through any material organism. If susceptibility altered either hereditary or due to environmental changes, he had sickness, and the material organism which is in form a living organism, and it has a dynamic force in it. When it enters in the body, its dynamic force is different than our dynamic vital force. So they altered and dearren vital force and produce sign and symptom in its capability. Sora is caused due to any contagious affection or byproduct of human cell, and it affects the other person, where the psychosis is the end product of suppression of gonorrheal discharge. When the gonorrheal cocci deranges the physiology of body, it starts oozing the secretion from mucosal orifice, mainly eye and genital tract. It called sora, but when after it treated and suppressed by non-healing medicinal art, the physiology results in pathology in the sign of overgrowth that called psychosis. Then the third is syphilis. Whenever the HIV or syphilis causative organism come in the contact of human mainly by the sexual activity without contraception, the human genital tract affected, any the causative agent affect our immune autoimmune system and causes abnormal physiological changes. In result of lower the immune response, the many other causative dynamic force affect the human body, and if not treated by healing practice and only treated by non-healing practice, it results in severe pathological destructive changes and causes severe lesions. It called syphilitic miasm. So the causative organism is only a living organism, not the material. Non-living organism deranges our vital force, not the material. Non-living organism deranges the vital force. But in philosophical Philosophical phase. The excess in mental expression are the natural causative agent which rearranges the vital force, but not in the higher level. It's called natural suppression of vital force. But these natural disease disturbances are produced by our own living organism, so it has a own altered dynamic power, which affect vital force and the energy. So that is to be said the man falls in ill if the causative agent has a dynamic energy, not the material substance caused the disease. Now we turn to the ending phase of the lecture. Before we start, if you are new in my channel, please subscribe my channel for having early notification of my new uploaded videos, and like if my try to giving the knowledge of homeopathy and share with your homeopathic friends and who is interested in having knowledge about homeopathy. Now we start how homeopathic case taking done. It consists the present complaint which from which for patient come in clinic. It consists the present complaint which for patient comes in clinic. Physical and mental state of patient, previous and continuous, and history of his all illness to identify the causative factor which responsible to sickness of patient. The vital force act on whole body, so any derangement not the affect the local part. It provide whole body and affect whole body. So the only taking the present sign and symptoms of local affection cannot lead to the disease picture of patient. Only the way of sketching the disease picture of patient if whole body affection are noted with its all expression which gives by body. So in homeopathic case taking, every homeopath tries to have whole picture of patient mental and physical level both, and from past to present history for understood how the disease course runs and how it will be disappear and what will the prognosis. Now the time for giving some answers of questions which readily asked by community. That is, homeopathic medicine has side effects. Is homeopathy medicine taking long time to cure? The first one is the homeopathic medicine don't have side effects because the true homeopathic practitioner choose the medicinal potency in slightly higher dose than estimating the disease force disease force for picture of disease person and give in minimum dose. So that's due to minimum dose, the medicine only acts slight superior to disease force, not much, and it disappears in gradually without affecting human body by the vital force. So in short answer, due to minimum and simplicity of dose, homeopathic medicine don't has any side effects. The second is the homeopathy not takes long duration for cure. Every homeopathic medicine has its own course of time duration to act, and they cure in its time duration. If the similarium chosen perfectly by physician, every medicine acts quickly in few hours after administration. Either it is in acute case or chronic case, no matter with it. So I hope I was give you sufficient knowledge about homeopathy and satisfactory answers of questions and tries to answer of your question about homeopathic system of medicine and how they act. Thank you.